Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a lot of videos to do, and I might do a lot of them today, and you might get a ton of videos on the same day because that's just how I keep my sanity. I have to do a video, upload it, or I lose it. And so when I do multiple videos in one day, that's just how it works. So you would think that today would not be the day that I would decide to do something else apart from my video lineup, but here we go. Today is my BookTube anniversary. I've been on BookTube for exactly 2 years now. My first video was made on January 1st, 2023. Messy hair, the whole thing. Not that I look much better now, but that day I was just bored, thought I would try it, see what happened. So I didn't even know how to film. Not that I don't know how to film now. I have a little stand I put my phone on. But, like, that day I was just holding the phone shakily in my hand in front of my face with my hair wild in pajamas. I mean, go look at that video. The very first video I ever made. It is wild. I was pretty much ranting about how The Friend by Dorothy Comson is still not available in audio and braille in the US. And to this day, it's still not available. So, yeah. If you guys gonna go and give that video a view, to give it some attention, that'd be great. Don't laugh at me. Anyway, to celebrate my BookTube anniversary this year, I'm not going to do a Q&A. I did that last year. And I, also just did a Q&A at the end of this year, a month ago, because of, Blindness Awareness Month, so I'm not doing that again. We just did that. So I decided to kind of go through my favorite booktubers and sort of highlight them. Or just, I wouldn't even call them my favorite booktubers. They're more like my regulars and my newbies. That's kind of how I categorize them. I've gotten to know a lot of new channels this year, and yeah. So I thought I would kind of just highlight them and, give them a shout out. I always like doing that. It's fun talking about other people. Although some of you I don't know as well as others. Some of you may not have gauged your reading taste yet. So if you feel slighted, please don't. I will probably do better next year. I'm probably going to make this a tradition where I just go through my list of subscriptions and kind of just see who I still watch next year, Some haven't been posting, so they haven't been on the list. Anyway, I'll just go through the list. So, let's start with the new booktubers I've followed this year that I really enjoy. So, first we have Shannon from A Truth Universally Acknowledged. She is a recent, new person that I'm following. I heard about her through, I forget, somebody did a recommendations video on booktubers I should follow, and I was sort of attracted to the channel name because it is the first line from Pride and Prejudice, so yeah. Sorry, still recovering from RSV. She is a huge Austen fan, hence the channel name. It's really all I know about her, but I am learning a lot about Jane Austen through her, and I enjoy that when she talks about classics, she doesn't just assume that you know what the classics are about because they're classics. She'll go over it like you're a dummy, which I appreciate. So, yeah, that is her. Then we have Alma's Book Journey. She is someone else I followed, I think actually at the end of last year, but and I'm pretty sure I highlighted her in my last booktubers video from last year. Well, last year, considering we're in 2024. We're in 2025. Today is like New Year's Day. I'm already saying last year. Whatever. But I had just started following her, and I have since loved her even more. She is a huge World War II historical fiction fan like me, and she also reads a lot of Christian fiction, so that's fun. So yeah, that's Alma's Book Journey. Then we have Becca Books and Bujo. I do remember where I heard about her. Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library talks about her. Or maybe I was wrong. No, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, she also reads historical fiction, but she is a Kristen Hanna fan like I am, which is fun. I think Chloe from Always Booked also, they're kind of friends, so they did some sort of readathon this year with cards, like playing cards. I forget what it was called, but it was fun to watch, so yeah. Then we have Tammy from Believe in Your Shelf. We don't have a ton of bookish overlap, but there is one book that she recommended that is on my favorites of 2024 list. Stay tuned for that. But I mainly follow her because she's sweet. And she's always very nice in comments, and she comments on my stuff too, so it's always nice. And her grandchildren are cute, which is fun. She is another one like me where you never know when a little kid will pop up out of nowhere in a video. So, yeah, that's fun. Then we have Bethany's Bookshelf. I don't know her very well. She's a recent follow, and I know she reads similarly to me as far as like historical fiction. We do have some overlap, but I'm still sort of getting to know her, but she's always really sweet in comments, so yeah, she's one I wanted to mention. I'll probably have more to say next year when I've followed her longer. Then we have Cheryl from Candlewick Library. I have to admit, I did not pay that much attention to her until recently when they did the Back to Hogwarts readathon in September, and I started to kind of follow her more because she was into Harry Potter. I don't know, I just did not have a ton of bookish overlap, but I would say I really like bonded with her bookishly over Harry Potter, and yeah, the rest is history. So it's kind of a recent, I think I followed her for a while, but wasn't always watching her videos as religiously as I did others. That has changed in September, so yeah. Then we have Carmen Janae. She doesn't post that much. She's another one where you notice her little girl kind of in the background is always making like babbling noises, which again is fun because if you saw in my last video, Daisy made an appearance, my niece. We call her Duckalini because we started calling her Daisy Duck, and then it sort of turned into Duckalini, and anyway, I am rambling, but yeah, she's another one that's really funny because there's always a kid babbling in the background. So, but she reads Kathy Gulk books. Kathy Gulke. I never know how to pronounce this author's name, but I love that she reads those because I don't know very many people who like this author. Like, she's not very well known, so, or at least in the BookTube community that I've seen. So it's been fun to kind of read the books alongside her. So yeah. Then we have Chatty the Mad Chatter. I heard about her from Kelly Reads a Lot. We do not really have much bookish overlap. I'm not really into fantasy the way she is. But we do overlap on a few series like Amari, and the new Morgan Crow book is coming out this year, so we're both really excited about that. And she's also she also posts very funny comments on my videos when she watches them, so that's been fun. She has a good sense of humor, and I love her accent. Then we have Terry from Crafty Book Nerd. She subscribed to me because we both listen to the Currently Reading podcast, and we're both in the Currently Reading podcast Facebook group, and there was like a post about who has booktube channels, and yeah, she was one of the ones who had a booktube channel. I'm not sure if we have a ton of bookish overlap, but I love that in each video she does, she has like a quote at the beginning, like quote of the day, so that's fun. Then we have Ellen Made Book Club. She is another very recent subscriber that I subscribed to, and she subscribed to me. So I have not gauged her bookish tastes quite yet, but I like her accent, and she's always very kind in comments, whether I comment on her stuff or she comments online. So, yeah. I think we have some overlap. There's some things we've read that are the same. I just can't think of any off the top of my head. Then we have M's Books Are Everywhere. She's another one that we do not have a ton of bookish overlap, but she introduced me to the Guiding Emily series, and wow. She's just going to be acknowledged because she has finally found a series with a blind character that I actually like. I cannot stand most blind characters in books. But this series is amazing, and yeah. I'm going to talk about it more in my favorites of the year. Then we have Kelsey from Essentially Booked. She is another booktuber that I found through the Currently Reading podcast. Not much bookish overlap, but she's nice in comments. Then we have Hannah from the Teacher's TBR. We have some bookish overlap, but mainly I loved watching her video about reading the first 4 Harry Potter books for the first time. Honestly, I think I've bonded with some of these people just through Harry Potter alone. Then we have Anne from In Search of Wonder. I'm not really sure what made me really start watching her all the time the way I do now, but she was another one where I subscribed and then I kind of just, I think because I had a thing against vlogs for a long time where like I preferred like the bookish wrap-ups versus like reactions, and so I thought she did a lot of very long vlogs, so for a long time I didn't watch, but now I'm into it. And like the weekly wrap-ups she does are really fun, and I love like the different readathons she's doing. Like she's doing Epistolary January this year, so that's interesting and different. And yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of channels here that I subscribe to just because they sounded fun, and then I just started watching them recently. They have Jen's Reading Life. I think she's another one I heard about through Lindsay, but she reads a lot of classics from what I've seen. She does a Jane Austen readathon in January. I think she called it January or something. But yeah, we do have some overlap too, but not as much. Then we have Miriam Elizabeth Reads. She's another one I kind of recently started getting into. She reads some historical fiction and Christian fiction, of course, but yeah, she's kind of gotten me into books that I wouldn't have touched otherwise. So honestly, I can say that a lot about these people, though. I've read a lot of books this year that I would not have wanted to touch with a 10-foot pole. And, yeah. Then we have Ravenclaw Reads. Which is actually heard about her through Storm Reads. But the funny thing is that you would think because of the channel name that we'd be, like, bonding over Harry Potter. But no. We have nothing. No conversations about Harry Potter. We talk about the Babysitter's Club. We're kind of, I wouldn't say competing because we're not, but like we're both reading through the series and listening to this podcast. What's it called? Stuck in Stony Brook, I think. Yeah, we'll read the book and then listen to the corresponding podcast episode. I need some water. So, yeah, that's what we kind of bond over. Other than that, we really don't have much bookish overlap, but we have banter about the dysfunctional families in Stony Brook. Then we have Sonia with an I. she's another recent channel I started watching, mainly because of Lizzie Faye Loves Books and Mitzi Reads and Writes. I've been watching them for a bit, so yeah. And I think she was on the Amish in April live that I was on. I could be wrong. There was a few that were there. I can't remember, but anyway. We recently bonded over our mutual hatred of The Parents in Jane of Lantern Hill by Lucy Maud Montgomery. So, yeah. Then we have Tales and Treats with Tay. I don't think we have tons of bookish overlap at all, really, but I love her play-by-play commentary on my videos. Like, she's like me, where I'm watching a video and I just comment as I watch. Chatty the Mad Chatter is like that too, but it's just very funny. Where you don't get one comment, you get about 10 and they're all like reacting to whatever I say. So that's fun. Okay, so now let's go on to the regulars that I always watch. I'm not going to be as, I mean, not that I was super detailed about anyone before, but these are ones that I've been watching forever. So I might not talk as much. Why am I saying that? I always do. Keisha from A Book Like You is the first one. We have a mutual love of Sally Hepworth. And I'm starting to get into cozy mysteries now, thanks to her. So, yeah. But we did not have a bunch of bookish overlap before. So, that's been an interesting change this year. Then we have Chloe from Always Booked. I think I tag her in every video that I do. And I tag people in videos because I mention them. And I mention her a lot because we have that much bookish overlap. And it's weirdly not even historical fiction, which is what I usually have with most people. It's like women's fiction. You know, just like contemporary women's fiction. I mean, I'm not interested in any other romance that you... Sorry. RSV. Any other romance that she reads. Like, I hate a lot of it, but whenever she does her, like, new releases for the next month, like, she has, like, this really long video about, like, 100 new releases that come out each month. I'm pretty sure that I buy at least a dozen a month. I mean, it's bad. She's really the one that's making me go broke. But yeah, I was talking about tagging her in every video. I always try to tag people that I mention in videos, in every video. And I think I mention her in every video. And it is not a hint to watch every video, I promise. It is just what I do. You do not need to watch every video I tag you in because I probably tag you in everything I post. So, yeah. But, yeah, I think she's probably the one that I get the most recommendations from lately, which is weird because she's not like, she likes historical fiction, but not as much as I do. Anyway, then we have April Overall. She recently changed her name. She used to be Getting Hygge with it. She reads a lot of horror books, which I don't read, but we overlap as far as some historical fiction and thrillers. So yeah. Not a ton of overlap, but I watched her entire channel when I first subscribed to her. Like, it was during COVID, and I binged, like, 5 years worth of videos. So, there's that. We have Book Lover Amanda. I mention her every year. We definitely have historical fiction overlap, and she's always very kind in comments, and, great accent, which is what I say every year. Krista from Books and Jams. I mean, I've been watching her pretty much since I've been watching BookTube. Historical fiction, World War II, but we do have other things in common too, I think. Just contemporary stuff, so, yeah. Krista is probably maybe the second highest recommendation source after Chloe. Then we have Chantel Reads All Day. I'll get the occasional bookish overlap with her, because she reads some historical fiction, but she's more into classics. Although this year I'm participating in her Lucy Maud Montgomery read-along. We're slowly going to go through the Anne of Green Gables series. And there's some other ones, I think. But, yeah. She's very nice. And, yeah. Then we have Lou from Christian Faith and Fiction. We also do not have a lot of bookish overlap. But she does the new releases for each month. And I like that she reads the book descriptions. And I always get something from those. So, yeah. We don't like the same things, but I still watch her. And I love the British accent. Gloria Z. Thompson, another historical fiction nerd like me. I've been watching her for a few years now. And now she has a baby too. So it's kind of fun to catch a cute baby talk on her videos. I've been spending too much time with the twins, right? Then we have Kelly from Kelly Reads a Lot. We do have some overlap, but my favorite thing that she's not doing it as much, but the Booktubers to Watch Wednesday videos. And she does like a lot of middle grade. I like that she talks about the stuff she reads with her kids, because I still love middle grade, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Lindsay's Little Library. She's another one I've been watching probably since before COVID, since forever. We have historical fiction in common. I mean, she's hosts Historathon, you know. So, yeah. Lizzie Faye Loves Books. I mean, Amish in April. She invited me on her live for that, which was really wild. I never thought I'd be on a YouTube live. So that was fun. And I can't wait to do Amish in April again this year. I think I read Amish books throughout the year, but I'm saving a few for Amish in April. Then we have Mitzi Reads and Writes. She reads a lot of classics, and yeah, you're always going to find hidden gems with her. Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books, and Sonia with an I did like a Christmas book exchange, kind of similar to what the Bookish Besties did. I have to say that I kind of enjoyed theirs more this year, Mitzi's and Elizabeth's and Sonia's more, because they had more books than the Bookish Besties had. I understand why the Bookish Besties decided to do only one book per person or something like that. And it's just that for a blind person, I don't really get much joy out of watching you open things that are not books, because I cannot see the things. Therefore, it is not interesting as much. I prefer to watch people open books, because then they will be books I want to buy. It's just, I mean, congratulations, you got a scarf or a pair of socks. Cool. It's just a blind people thing. I'm sure that the socks were lovely. I'm just saying that it was not as fun. So, well, for me. So I loved the ones that the book exchanges that these three did, because there were actual books. More books than... Anyway. I'm done talking. Then we have Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails. I'd say we have bookish overlap in historical fiction. She introduced me to Sarah Sundin. And, what's her name? I think it's Christy Barrett? I forget. But, yeah. She also reads some Christian fiction that I like. So, yeah. I'd say she's one of my top 5 recommendation sources. And she's always nice in comments. So, yeah. I mean, Actually, she also introduced me to the Timeless series, now I think about it. I think she convinced me to read them. So, I didn't think I would like them, and I did. Then we have Storm Reads. Really not much bookish overlap except for Debbie Maycomer, Debbie December, and sometimes I get the occasional read from her, but mainly I like her comments because they're funny, and well, she was one of my first subscribers that I didn't know, so that was fun. Like, most of the ones that subscribed at first were booktubers that I already knew. I had no idea who she was, so that was interesting. So she always stands out for that. Oh, I guess that's it. Anyway, so yeah, those are kind of the booktubers that I wanted to highlight for this year. We'll see who else I follow throughout the year, and there are other ones that I've followed this year too, but I just probably don't watch them as much, or, you know, whatever. So, yeah, they might make my list next year. Maybe I'll do this every January 1st for my BookTube anniversary. It's kind of fun. So yeah, I have other videos coming up. I have what I added to Goodreads in December part 2. I have my favorites of 2024, my December wrap-up, and what else do I have? I had another one. Oh yeah, my January TBR. I'm working on my list for Epistolary January. So yeah, I have a lot coming up. Oh yeah, and World Braille Day is on January 4th. So I'm trying to see if Mom can help me film this video, because I kind of want to show you guys the different gadgets that we use to write Braille. And it's a video that I cannot really do by myself. So we'll see if that happens. I moved something. But anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!
Stop recording video.